Listen, now I need you to pay close attention because this is something women tend to overlook far too often. You want love, you want a relationship, and you want a man who will stand by your side and show you that you are his world. But let me tell you, just being present, just showing up, being loyal, being kind, all of that isn't enough if the other person is not reciprocating. A man who truly values you will chase you. And I don't mean chase you like some kind of game or like you want prize at the fair. I mean, he will show up. He will pursue. He will invest his time, his energy, his attention, because he sees you as someone worth the effort. You see, ladies, too many of you are waiting around, hoping a man will notice you, hoping he'll wake up one day, hoping that someday he'll finally realize, oh, she is the one I've been missing. I'm telling you, the one who values you does wait. The one who values you doesn't make you chase him. He doesn't leave you questioning your worth. He doesn't leave you lying in bed at night wondering if he really cares. He shows up, he pursues, he chases. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Steve, but I'm not talking about a man who's desperate. I don't want a man who's needy. That is not what I am talking about at all. There is a big difference between desperation and genuine pursuit. A desperate man chases because he fears losing you, because he can't stand the thought of being alone. But a man who values you chases because he recognizes your worth, because he understands what you bring to the table, because he sees in you someone extraordinary, and he doesn't want to let that go. He doesn't need you, he chooses you. That is the key difference. And ladies, this is where so many women get it twisted. They think if he's not begging, if he's not constantly in their face, he must not care. That is wrong. The man who values you will show up consistently, not because he is desperate, but because he wants to, because he respects you, because he cherishes you, because he recognizes the treasure he has in his hands. Let me break it down for you with some real talk. I see women all the time who are in relationships where they are giving everything. They are loving. They are supportive. They are putting in effort. They are being the best version of themselves. And yet the man does just enough to stay in the picture. He texts when it is convenient. He calls when he feels like it. He shows up when he wants to. And the woman is left scrambling, trying to figure out why he is chasing, why he is fully invested. Let me tell you something. If he truly valued you, if he truly recognized the gift that you are, he would let you feel that way. He would leave you questioning your place in his life. He would be showing up, chasing, pursuing, making it clear that he wants you and he wants to keep you. That's what chasing is about showing desire, showing effort, and demonstrating that you are his priority. Now, some of you may say, but Steve, what about women? Shouldn't we chase too? Ladies, yes, we are humans. We love, we pursue, and we care. But here's the thing, in a healthy relationship, the chase shouldn't fall entirely on one side. Love is a dance, a give and take. But the man who values you will never make you feel like you are doing all the chasing. He will step up, he will make moves, he will show initiative because he wants to keep you. And the sad reality is, too many women are stuck with men who want chase because they've been conditioned to tolerate half effort. They've been told love is about patience, wait and see, given time. And I am here to tell you, no, love is about mutual respect, mutual pursuit, and knowing that someone sees your worth and wants to be present in your life fully. Let me give you a story to make this clear. There's a woman I know. Let's call her Angela. Angela is incredible. She is smart, beautiful, successful, and kind. She is the type of woman any man would be lucky to have. But she spent 3 years with a man who wouldn't chase her. He would come around when it suited him. He would make promises he never kept. And Angela, being the amazing woman she is, kept giving him chance after chance, thinking he'd eventually show up. But ladies, listen to me. A man who values you will not keep you waiting like that. He will not let you doubt your worth. He will pursue you intentionally, consistently, without making excuses. Angela eventually realized this. And when she finally let him go, she found a man who not only chased her, but celebrated her, recognized her value, and made her feel cherished every single day. That's the power of a man who truly values you. He doesn't play games. He doesn't make you question yourself. He chases because he sees you as priceless. Now, I want to talk about what chasing looks like, because some of you might be confused. Chasing is not calling you 10 times a day or sending 1,000,000 texts to prove he cares. That's desperation. Chasing is intentionality. Chasing is effort. It's showing up when it matters. It's remembering your birthday. It's making time for you even when he's busy. It's introducing you to his world because he wants to include you. It's prioritizing you when other distractions come along. It's not a one-time gesture. It's a consistent pattern that shows he values you. And ladies, if a man isn't showing this pattern, if he's leaving you wondering whether you're enough, it's a red flag. And it's your responsibility to recognize that and not settle. Here's another truth. When a man values you, chasing is effortless for him. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like a chore. It doesn't feel like you're begging or pleading for attention. It feels natural. It feels authentic. It feels like he wants to be there, like he chooses you every single day. And that's the difference. You see, women often mistake calm or patience for lack of desire, but a man who values you can be calm and confident while still pursuing you in meaningful ways. He doesn't have to scream it from the rooftops because his actions speak louder than words. And that's what chasing really is. About showing through consistent, thoughtful actions that you are his priority, that he respects you, and that he wants you in his life fully. Ladies, I need you to hear me loud and clear. If a man is not chasing you after you, showing your worth after you, made your intentions clear after you, have invested emotionally, and yet he still hesitates, you've got to let him go. You got to stop waiting around for him to finally get it. The right man won. Make you chase him because he already knows what he wants, and he will pursue it relentlessly. He will show up in ways that matter. He will chase not because he fears losing you, but because he values you, because he cherishes you, because he recognizes the gift that you are. Now, I know letting go is hard. I know some of you are thinking, but what if he changes? What if he finally sees my worth? Let me stop you right there. A man who truly values you does need to change. He doesn't need to wake up one day to realize your value. He already knows it. He already sees it. And if he's not acting on it now, waiting one, change anything. Waiting one, make him pursue you. Action does. And that, why the chase is such a critical part of any healthy relationship. It shows desire, commitment, and recognition of your worth. And if that isn't happening, it's time to move on and find the man who will chase you with everything he's got. Let me close this with one last point. When a man chases you because he values you, it transforms your relationship. It brings security. It brings respect. It brings joy. You don't have to question yourself. You don't have to wonder if he's going to leave. You don't have to feel anxious about your place in his life. You just know. You know because his actions, his attention, his pursuit, his effort, all line up to show you that you are cherished, that you are wanted, and that you are loved. That is the man you should never let go. And that is the principle I want you to carry with you every day. A man who values you will chase you, not because he fears losing you, but because he sees your worth and refuses to let you go. And if he isn't doing that, honey, let him go. Now listen, ladies, I want to talk to you about something that's real, something that hits hard if you've been in relationships that don't serve you. You see, Too many women spend their lives pouring energy, love, and effort into a man who isn't all in. And let me tell you, that's a recipe for heartbreak, frustration, and self-doubt. I'm not talking about someone who's busy. I'm not talking about someone who's going through a tough patch. I'm talking about a man who is emotionally checked out, who is hesitant, who is on the fence, who only gives you half of what you deserve, and yet somehow expects you to give him everything. That, ladies, is not love. That is not partnership. That is a man who isn't ready to match your level of commitment. And you've got to recognize that before it costs you more than just your heart. It can cost your self-respect, your peace, your happiness. Let me tell you something. Relationships are not meant to be one-sided. Love is not supposed to be a grind where one person is constantly giving and the other is constantly taking. If you're the one bending over backward, making all the effort, initiating all the contact, showing up every single time, and he's only giving scraps in return, that is not a man who's all in. That's a man who's comfortable because he knows you will always be there. And I promise you, ladies, that is a dangerous place to be. That is where disappointment festers. That is where resentment grows. That is where women start questioning their worth. And I will not let you do that. You are valuable. You are extraordinary. You are a gift. And no man who isn't fully committed deserves your energy, your time, or your heart. I see it all the time. Women will stay in situations where they are the only ones invested. They plan, they hope, they give. They are the emotional laborers of a relationship that's supposed to be a partnership. And meanwhile, the man is half present, giving just enough to keep you interested, but not enough to truly show he's committed. And let me tell you, this is a trap. This is what I call being comfortable single in a relationship. He's not single, but he's not all in either. He wants your love, your time, your attention, but he doesn't want to be vulnerable. He doesn't want to step up. He doesn't want to chase you because he's not all in. And here's the kicker. He's fine with that because he knows you'll stay. He knows you'll keep giving. He knows you'll keep trying to make it work. And that, ladies, is where your power needs to come in. Now, let me make this crystal clear. You are not responsible for a man's emotions, a man's decisions, or a man's growth. You are responsible for yourself, for your heart, for your self-respect, and for creating a life that reflects your worth. And part of that responsibility is recognizing when a man is not all in and making the hard choice to step back, to pull away, to let him go if necessary. I know it hurts. I know it's scary. I know you think. But what if he changes? What if he finally wakes up and realizes how much I mean to him? Ladies, let me tell you something. If he was capable of being all in, he would have shown it already. Waiting around for a man to finally wake up to your worth is a gamble, and one you do not need to take. Life is too short. Your heart is too precious, and your energy is too valuable to spend it on someone who isn't all in. Let me tell you a story. There was a woman I know, let's call her Tasha. Tasha is phenomenal. She's got a great career, a beautiful heart, and a personality that lights up every room she walks into. She spent 4 years with a man who was nice, who was charming, who made promises, but never fully committed. He was always almost there, but never fully present. Tasha was exhausted emotionally. She was constantly trying to make the relationship work. She gave, she compromised, she invested everything she had, hoping he would finally step up. And after 4 years, she realized something important. She was wasting her energy on someone who wasn't all in. She was giving everything to someone who wasn't giving everything back. And when she finally let him go, when she decided she wasn't going to waste any more of her time or her love. She found a man who was all in, one who pursued her, who cherished her, who didn't make her wonder where she stood because he made it clear every single day that he valued her, wanted to be with her fully. That's the kind of love you deserve. That's the kind of man you deserve, not half measures, not almost, not someone who's waiting to see if he feels like committing tomorrow. You deserve a man who is all in, and until he is, you let him go. Now, some of you might think, Steve, I don't want to be alone. I've been with him for so long. I've invested so much. Let me tell you something. Being alone is far better than being with someone who is not all in. Alone, you have the freedom to grow, the freedom to focus on yourself, the freedom to cultivate your energy and love without compromise. Alone, you have the power to reset your standards, to attract the right man, and to refuse anything less than what you truly deserve. Being with a man who isn't all in is emotionally draining. It makes you doubt yourself. It makes you question your value. It keeps you stuck in a cycle of disappointment and frustration. And life is too short for that. Your time is precious. Your heart is precious. Your energy is precious. Don't give it to someone who isn't willing to match it. Let me explain what being all in really looks like. A man who is all in prioritizes you. He shows up when it matters. He communicates openly and consistently. He invests emotionally, not just physically. He supports your dreams. He celebrates your successes. He stands by you through the tough times. He does make you question your place in his life. He does make you chase him. He does make excuses. He does make promises he can't keep. He shows you day after day that he is fully committed. And that, ladies, is the standard you must hold for yourself. Anything less is not acceptable. Anything less is a compromise of your worth. Anything less is a waste of energy. I want you to understand this too. Letting a man go because he's not all in is not rejection. It is clarity. It is honesty. It is respect for yourself. It is making space for someone who is capable of giving you what you deserve, because when the right man comes along, he will not make you question yourself. He will not leave you wondering if he is committed. He will not hesitate. He will be present, consistent, and fully invested. And that is the kind of love that transforms your life, your heart, and your entire outlook on relationships. And listen, this isn't just about romance. This is about your energy, your emotional health, and your future. Every minute, every ounce of love, every bit of attention you pour into someone who is all in his energy that could have been invested in yourself, in your growth, in your dreams, and ultimately in the right relationship. And that is why you must not tolerate a man who is all in. You've got to recognize the signs. You've got to set boundaries. You've got to be willing to walk away. It's not about being harsh. It's about being smart. It's about valuing yourself enough to refuse anything less than full commitment. Ladies, I want you to hear me clearly. If he's not all in, don't waste another second. Don't waste another ounce of energy. Don't waste another beat of your heart. Life is too precious. Time is too valuable. Your heart is too sacred. You are not here to make someone else's decisions easier. You are not here to convince someone to step up. You are here to love fully. But you are also here to protect yourself and demand the respect, the commitment, and the love you deserve. And if he isn't all in, let him go. Because when the right man comes, he will be all in without hesitation, without doubt, without excuses, without hesitation. And that, my sisters, is the kind of love that is worth every bit of your heart and soul. So remember this. Do not waste your energy on someone who is not all in. Do not settle for half effort, half love, half commitment. Stand tall. Walk away if necessary. Protect your heart And wait for the man who is ready to be fully present, fully committed, fully invested, because that is the love that changes everything, that fulfills you, that respects your worth, and that makes life truly beautiful. Anything less is simply not worth it. And it is your responsibility to recognize that and act accordingly. Ladies, I want to talk to you about something that cannot be compromised, cannot be negotiated, and cannot be traded for temporary comfort or validation. And that is your self-respect. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Steve, I know self-respect is important, but how does it tie into relationships? Let me tell you something. It is the foundation. Self-respect is the thing that keeps you from settling, from tolerating disrespect, from giving your heart to someone who doesn't deserve it. It's the line in the sand that says, I am valuable, I am worthy. I will not allow anyone to treat me in a way that diminishes my worth. And if you let that line blur, if you allow someone to step over it, if you tolerate behavior that leaves you questioning yourself, you are setting a precedent that will follow you into every relationship you have. Self-respect is non-negotiable, period. Let me tell you, I see women all the time who compromise their self-respect for the sake of love, for the sake of a relationship, for the sake of hope. They will stay in situations where the man is distant, unreliable, or half-hearted. They will make excuses for his behavior. They will say things like, well, he's going through a rough time, or maybe he just needs space, or I just have to be patient. Ladies, I am telling you, those are dangerous words when self-respect is at stake. You are not here to nurture someone else. Immaturity at the cost of your dignity. You are not here to tolerate half-love because you were afraid of being alone. You are here to value yourself enough to refuse anything less than what you deserve. Self-respect is non-negotiable because it is the standard you set for how others treat you. Let me give you an example. There's a woman I know. Let's call her Monique. Monique is intelligent, beautiful, independent, and kind-hearted. She spent years with a man who would show affection when it suited him, but pull away whenever things got serious. He would give her attention, then vanish. He would make promises he never kept. And Monique, because she loved him and wanted things to work, tolerated it. She ignored the warning signs, rationalized his behavior, and sacrificed her own peace to keep the relationship alive. And you know what happened? Over time, she started doubting herself. She questioned her worth. She started wondering if maybe she was too much or not enough. And that, ladies, is the exact opposite of what self-respect looks like. Self-respect does to allow you to be diminished. Self-respect does to allow you to feel like your value is conditional on someone else's behavior. Self-respect protects you from that pain. It tells you you are worth more than half-hearted love. You are worth more than uncertainty. You are worth a man who will treat you like a queen, not a maybe. Now, I know some of you are saying, Steve, how do I know if I am compromising my self-respect? I am. Tell you, ask yourself, are you constantly questioning your place in his life? Are you bending over backward to make him happy while he does the bare minimum for you? Are you sacrificing your happiness, your time, your energy just to keep him around? If the answer is yes, then your self-respect is being compromised. And let me be clear, compromise is one thing in a healthy relationship. Negotiation and understanding are necessary. But when it comes to your core dignity, your self-worth, your value, those things are non-negotiable. You do not give those away to anyone who does fully recognize them. Here, it's the truth. A man who respects you will treat you with consistency, kindness, and effort. He will not make you chase him, question his intentions, or wonder if he cares. He will show up for you because he values you. And he will never put you in a position where your self-respect is compromised. And if he does, it is your responsibility to walk away It is not selfish to protect your heart. It is not wrong to demand respect. It is not unreasonable to say, I will not accept less than I deserve. In fact, it is the only way to ensure that you attract a man who is capable of loving you fully, sincerely, and without hesitation. Let me give you another example. There was a woman named Simone. Simone was in a relationship with a man who constantly made her feel small. He would criticize her, dismiss her feelings, and prioritize his own needs over hers. She loved him. And because she loved him, she tolerated it. But over time, she realized something important. If she continued to allow that behavior, she would lose herself completely. She would forget her dreams, her goals, her worth. So she made a choice. She walked away. She refused to let anyone treat her as less than she was. And because she valued her self-respect, she opened herself up to a man who not only loved her, but celebrated her, uplifted her, and treated her like the treasure she truly is. That is the power of self-respect. It protects you. It guides you. It ensures that the love you receive is worthy of the love you give. And ladies, I want you to understand this self-respect is not just about walking away from the wrong man. It's also about knowing your worth in every interaction, in every decision, in every choice you make. It is about not settling for anything less than what aligns with your values, your dreams, and your heart. It's about recognizing that you are a gift and refusing to let anyone treat you like an option. Self-respect is the armor that shields you from heartbreak, the compass that directs you toward the right love, and the standard that ensures you are never less than you deserve. Let's be real. Relationships are hard. Love is challenging. People make mistakes, but let me tell you this. No mistake or hardship is worth sacrificing your self-respect. You can forgive. You can be patient. You can work through challenges, but never at the cost of your dignity. If a man disrespects you, if a man devalues you, if a man makes you question your worth, you have every right, every responsibility, and every reason to step away. And that, ladies, is not arrogance. That is wisdom. That is strength. That is self-respect. Now, I know some of you are afraid of being alone. You are afraid that if you demand respect, no man will meet your standards. Let me stop you right there. The fear of being alone is far less damaging than the pain of being with the wrong person. When you stand firm in your self-respect, you are sending a signal to the universe and to every man who crosses your path that you will not settle. You are telling the world that your heart is sacred, your energy is precious, and your love is not to be taken lightly. And when the right man comes along, he will recognize that immediately. He will step up. He will honor you. He will treat you in a way that aligns with your worth. And here is something else. Self-respect also teaches you boundaries. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out. Boundaries are a declaration of your worth. They tell the people around you, this is how I expect to be treated. When you have self-respect, you create boundaries that protect your heart, your time, and your energy. You don't allow disrespect. You don't allow manipulation. You don't allow half-hearted effort. And let me tell you, women who honor their boundaries attract men who are ready, capable, and worthy of their love. Self-respect and boundaries go hand in hand. You cannot have one without the other if you want a healthy, fulfilling relationship. Let me give you one final story. There was a woman named Letitia. Letitia was in a relationship for years with a man who made her feel like she had to earn his love every single day. She questioned herself constantly. She doubted her worth. She cried herself to sleep more times than she could count. And one day, she realized something powerful. She was sacrificing her self-respect to stay in a relationship that didn't honor her. She walked away. She refused to compromise her dignity. She refused to accept anything less than she deserved. And when she did, she found a man who treated her like a queen, who cherished her, who never made her question her value, and who loved her without hesitation. That, ladies, is the power of self-respect. That is why it is non-negotiable. It is the foundation of every healthy relationship, the guide that protects your heart, and the standard that ensures you are never anything less than extraordinary. So remember this, self-respect is not optional. It is non-negotiable. It is the standard by which you measure love, relationships, and life itself. Guard it fiercely. Protect it with every ounce of your being. And never ever allow anyone to diminish it, compromise it, or disrespect it. When you honor your self-respect, you attract love that honors you. And that, my sisters, is the love you deserve. Now, ladies, this is the part I need you to really listen to. Because so many women get caught up in confusion, second guessing, and doubt when it comes to love. They wonder, does he really care? Does he really love me? Am I reading too much into this? Let me stop you right there. When a man is the right man for you, he will make it obvious. And I don't mean he will shout it from the rooftops. I mean his actions, his consistency, his attention, his respect, and his effort will leave no room for doubt. You will not be questioning, wondering, or chasing. The right man will make it clear that he sees your worth, that he wants to be with you, and that he is willing to invest in you fully. You will know because the signs are unmistakable. And when you see them, your heart will rest, your mind will be at peace, and your soul will recognize that this is the love you deserve. Let me break it down for you. Too often, women stay in relationships with men who are ambiguous, inconsistent, and confusing. One day they show interest, the next day they pull back. One day they seem devoted, the next day they are distant. And the woman spends her energy analyzing every text, every word, every gesture, trying to decode what it means. Ladies, if a man is right for you, you will not have to decode anything. His love will not be a puzzle. His affection will not be conditional. His commitment will not be hidden behind mixed signals. The right man will make it obvious because he understands that love is not about games, manipulation, or testing. Love is about showing up, being present, and proving that you matter. Let me give you a story to make this crystal clear. There's a woman I know, let's call her Rachel. Rachel is amazing, smart, beautiful, loving, ambitious, everything you could hope for in a woman. She spent years with a man who was inconsistent. He would say all the right things, but his actions never matched. He would disappear when she needed him most, and she was left questioning whether he truly loved her. And Rachel, because she wanted love so badly, stayed. She hoped, she prayed, she compromised her peace to make it work. But no matter how much she invested, he never changed. He never made it obvious that he valued her. Then one day, Rachel met someone new, a man who was different, a man who didn't have to be told to show up, a man who didn't need reminders, who didn't need to be convinced of her worth. From the first date, his actions made it obvious that he wanted to be in her life. He called when he said he would. He prioritized her. He included her in his world. He supported her dreams. And Rachel knew immediately that this man was the real deal because his love, his commitment, and his effort were clear as day. That, ladies, is what I mean when I say the right man will make it obvious. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Steve, what if he's shy or slow to open up? Let me clarify something. I'm not talking about someone who is naturally quiet, reserved, or cautious. I am talking about someone who is inconsistent, who keeps you guessing, who makes you wonder if you were enough. There's a difference between a man who's naturally introverted and a man who's emotionally unavailable. The right man will make it obvious in ways that suit his personality. It could be through his words, his actions, his gestures, his presence. The point is, you will not have to question it. You will not have to chase him. You will not have to sit awake at night wondering if he cares. His commitment, his affection, and his respect will be clear, consistent, and unmistakable. Ladies, let me tell you why this is so important. So many women waste years of their lives on men who are unclear ambiguous and hesitant. They give their love, their time, their energy, their heart, and they get uncertainty in return. They question themselves, they doubt their worth, they compromise their standards, and they settle for someone who is fully capable of giving what they deserve. And it does have to be that way. The right man will make it obvious. He will not leave you wondering. He will not leave you questioning. He will not leave you chasing. And that clarity changes everything. It allows you to love fully, to trust fully, and to experience the peace and joy that comes from being cherished and valued for exactly who you are. Let me tell you another story. There was a woman named Olivia. Olivia had spent years in relationships where the men were inconsistent. They would be attentive one week and distant the next. They would promise her the world but deliver very little. And Olivia, tired of the games, finally made a decision. She would no longer accept anything less than clarity and commitment. She set a standard for herself that the right man would meet. And soon enough, she met a man who did exactly that. From day one, his actions made it obvious that he valued her. He prioritized her time, respected her boundaries, celebrated her successes, supported her emotionally, and never left her questioning where she stood. And Olivia, for the first time, experienced a love that was clear, consistent, and fulfilling. That's the power of the right man making it obvious. Now, ladies, I want you to understand this. It's not about him doing grand gestures every day or showing off for the world. It's about consistent effort. It's about reliability. It's about respect. It's about showing up in ways that matter, in ways that demonstrate that you are valued, cherished, and loved. When a man makes it obvious, you feel it not only in your heart, but in your entire being. You feel secure, you feel confident, you feel seen, and you feel worthy. And that, ladies, is the love that changes lives, transforms hearts, and brings peace to your soul. Let me break down what making it obvious looks like in real life. It looks like consistency, showing up when he says he will, following through on promises, being present emotionally and physically. It looks like prioritization, making time for you, including you in his life, investing in your happiness. It looks like communication, being clear about his intentions, being honest about his feelings, being transparent about his plans. It looks like support, celebrating your successes, being there during tough times, offering encouragement and reassurance. And most importantly, it looks like respect, valuing your time, your energy, your heart, and treating you in ways that reflect your worth. When a man does these things consistently, he is making it obvious that he is fully committed to you. And here's something else I need you to hear. When the right man makes it obvious, it changes the dynamic of the relationship entirely. You no longer have to question, doubt, or worry. You can love freely, trust fully, and invest your heart without fear. You don't have to chase, manipulate, or beg for attention. You don't have to decode mixed signals or try to interpret every word or action. His love, his commitment, and his effort are clear. And that clarity creates a sense of security, peace, and joy that is priceless. Let me give you one more story. There was a woman named Naomi. Naomi had been in several relationships where she constantly questioned her partner's intentions. She wondered if he really cared, if he really loved her, if he really wanted a future with her. She was exhausted, emotionally drained, and frustrated. But then she met a man who was different. From the very beginning, he made it obvious that he valued her. He called when he said he would, made plans and followed through, prioritized her, supported her goals, and consistently showed love and respect. Naomi didn't have to question his intentions. She didn't have to chase him. She didn't have to wonder if she was enough. His actions were clear, consistent, and unmistakable. And that, ladies, is exactly what the right man does. He makes it obvious. So here's the lesson. Stop wasting your time with men who leave you guessing, who make you question your worth, who are inconsistent and unclear. The right man will make it obvious. His love, his effort, and his commitment will be clear and undeniable. You will not have to chase him, manipulate him, or decode his behavior. You will see it in the way he shows up for you, in the way he prioritizes you, in the way he respects you, and in the way he invests in you fully. And when you recognize that, you will know you are with the right man. Ladies, I want you to carry this principle with you in every relationship, every interaction, and every decision you make about love. The right man will make it obvious. And if he does don't waste your heart, your energy, or your time. Walk away. Protect your heart. Hold your standards high. Wait for the man who shows you clearly, consistently, and unmistakably that he values you, respects you, and wants to be with you fully. Because when he does, life will change, love will flourish, and your heart will finally rest in the peace and security it deserves.